y'all. Thanks for being here. Thank y'all for stopping by. Let's get into our video so that we can get through it. I hope you guys are having a great hump day. Today has been a little busy for me, you guys. As you guys see, I'm going a little later than normal for my video. So yeah, y'all forgive me, all right? Because I'm over here trying to get some damn work done. Today has been a crazy day. But nevertheless, we are done with that and getting into this tea. Let's get into it. You guys see the thumbnail. Glorilla's sister has called her out. We're going to look at that here in a second. We got a few topics that we're going to check out. Thank you guys for being here. Let me get this up right quick. I'm trying to multitask and whatnot. Ooh. Let's see. There we go. All right, let's get it. Everything said in the video is alleged in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. All right. Oh, let's get through it, y'all, because I am tired. Y'all hear me? Good gracious. All right, first topic. Let's get into this little scrappy topic, honey, where he is going off on Chaotic from formerly from Love and Hip Hop, where Chaotic made an announcement on yesterday that Love and Hip Hop was going to be canceled or was canceled because wasn't nobody watching. He was saying the ratings were low. Scrappy has responded because, you know, Scrappy is still on the show. So let's get into it. I said that according to Reality Entertainment TV, Scrappy responds to Chaotic saying that Love and Hip Hop franchise is allegedly being canceled. Said that they love to say stuff is ending because they're not a part of it. So let's get into what he had to say.
You know, they love to say stuff is ending because they're not a part of it. They're not a part of it. They want to say that it's ending because it's not a part of it. They're not getting any checks from it. You feel me? You know, they love to say stuff is ending because they're not a part of it. They're not a part of it. They want to say that it's ending because it's not a part of it. They're not getting any checks.
So y'all know Scrappy and Chaotic fell out. They're no longer friends. That was a whole crazy situation with them too. But they're not on speaking terms anymore. But Chaotic, of course, he got let go from the show. Scrappy is still on the show. But I guess Scrappy is alluding to the fact that maybe the show is not being canceled. He's saying that Chaotic is out here saying that the show is going to be canceled or is canceled because he's bitter that he's no longer on the show getting checks.
Checks from it.
Is Sherman still coming to make up? We haven't seen her yet.
Love and Hip Hop, allegedly. Let me put allegedly on that now. Allegedly, Love and Hip Hop is being canceled. Love and Hip Hop Miami, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, all Love and Hip Hops is allegedly being canceled.
Now, I heard about Miami being canceled. I heard that Miami, this was their last season, thank God, because it sucked anyway. It was turning into a Zeus network. But I did not hear anything about Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. This is the first that I heard through Chaotic. So I don't know how he got inside information. He ain't even on the show no more. But that's cool.
And it's over and done with. Entrepreneurs that's on the show, people like myself and others that know how to get money, we're going to always get money and always stay rich and wealthy. But those that don't know how to get no money, I feel sorry for them.
Now, is that a dig at Scrappy? Because Scrappy was trying to do a little tour at one point, and I don't think nobody's really checking for him like that because he don't really have no new music out. And who is checking for little Scrappy rapping and going on any tour anyway, right? But Chaotic does have a podcast, which is doing pretty good. He's had quite a few people on there. So he's been able to pivot from being on Love and Hip Hop, and he's kind of doing his own thing, making his own bag. But I think he's alluding to the fact that if Love and Hip Hop Atlanta does get canceled, that people like Little Scrappy don't have anything else to fall back on, and they're going to be struggling because they're not, you know, what do they call it? They don't know how to get a bag. Let's just say it that way, okay?
Those that don't know how to entertain and pick up these cameras and create content, I feel sorry for them. Little Scrappy, I feel sorry for him. I feel sorry for Little Scrappy. Because guess what, y'all? Little Scrappy ain't got that dog in him. Little Scrappy don't know how to create no God, but you know what? God liable to bless Little Scrappy with something else. Love and Hip.
So there you hear the two of them. You could hear the underlining beef between the two of them. I hope they figure it out because this really is stupid. To be honest with you, it's stupid. They were really good friends at one point. And they wound up falling out because they were trying to do some type of little business deal thing together. And from what I read, it sounded like somebody didn't have all their money and it kind of caused the other person to lose money, and they kind of feel like, which, you know, most friendships do kind of break up because of money issues, but that's what it sounds like what was going on between the two of them, and they decided to part ways and not be friends. And somebody kept somebody's equipment too, I read, but hey, maybe they'll figure it out, maybe they won't. Let's move on. We got some Clarissa Shields news where she is still responding to people. I did not just tell her this morning, girl, move on. Do not be thinking about what people have to say about you, girl. So Clarissa Shields addresses why Papoose' actions or absence on her live streams and Snapchat don't mean anything is wrong. So I guess a lot of people saying, why don't Pap ever be on live with you whenever you go live? Why is he always upstairs? I think people were asking her that. But she's responding as she always does. Shout out to JViews Daily. So Clarissa Shields explains Pap's energy like we care.
I said Pap upstairs, and I said it a bunch of times because he literally be upstairs when I be on my YouTube lives eating. I don't mind eating on camera. He don't do stuff like that. Why? As you can see, he didn't grow up in no social media era. That wasn't his thing. So while I'm up there getting my subscribers up and making my money off YouTube and going live and talking with my fans, they ask, where's Pap? Pap be upstairs. He's not going to be in the camera all the time. He's upstairs doing what? A lot of times writing music, rapping music, business phone calls.
And talking to Remy, maybe? But anywho.
The dude don't live up in my ass. And I don't be under him 24/7. When you are a entrepreneur, you have a job that you have to do. I train most of the time. I run, I eat, I sleep, I work out 2 or 3 times a day. I got shit to do. On top of phone calls and all type of stuff. So, but when we together. We're together a whole damn lot.
A whole damn lot.
So it's just weird that they're like, oh, Pap upstairs. Y'all try to make up anything, try to make it seem like, oh, it isn't what we're trying to portray it to be. There is no portrayance. We are a couple who are
portrayance
together, who are celebrities in the public eye 24/7. That's it. And then here y'all come under every post, every comment. Under every post, people want to comment weird, negative stuff. Oh, he should have smiled harder. Oh, he didn't grab her hand this way. Oh, this happened. Oh, that happened. And I want to tell some of these dummies something. You can't troll me with a video that's my video that I created, that I posted.
Child.
What the hell? I said Pap upstairs, and I said it a bunch of times because he literally be upstairs when I be on my YouTube lives eating. I don't mind.
What is wrong with this girl? Like, I really want her to get it that she does not have to always explain things. We don't care if he's upstairs. We don't really care what he's doing when he's upstairs. If he's writing music, great for him. If he's talking to Remy, sad for you. But bottom line, I just really want her to get past that. If you're training 3 times a day and you're so busy, you're an entrepreneur, all of that, then you don't have time to be answering to people who are asking you questions about your relationship. Just tell them stay out of your damn business. You're putting people in your business because you overshare too much. All right. A lot of the stuff that you have going on, people know about your life because you share too much, and then you get mad whenever you share too much, and then people have something to say about it. Then you want to clap back because you overshare. Like, stop sharing. You really don't have to share as much as you share. But let's continue. She irks me a little bit. All right. So shout out to TMZ. Let's get into this update with Sha'Carri Richardson. You guys know that she was arrested for speeding up and down the damn highway. Hold on. What in the hell? Hold on. Lord. Hold on, y'all. All right, so let's go ahead and get that back up. I have to restart my computer, Lord. All right, so let's share so we can get the update for Sha'Carri and her boyfriend. Because y'all know she got pulled over a few days ago for speeding, going 100-something miles per hour in a 60-mile-per-hour zone. So shout out to TMZ. Sha'Carri Richardson and her boyfriend Coleman enter a not guilty plea in the Florida arrest. Okay, that's them. I really want her to get her stuff together. Why is this doing this? Hold up, y'all. So, TMZ, y'all got a virus on y'all ish? Yeah, we're gonna abort that because I'm not about to have no virus on my laptop. No, so we'll come back to it. But they did plead guilty. Okay, long story short, they did plead guilty to their arrest. All right, I'm gonna pull it up another way because I don't know what that was. Child, TMZ don't usually do that. And we ain't about to have no virus up over here now. All right, hold on. I'm gonna read it from my phone. Give me 1 second. Since I done put it up there now. All right. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties, honey. Okay. You know. All right, let's just go past it. Oh no. All right, so let's get into this Candace Dillard news because she is going off on Giselle and Robin Child on their reasonably shady podcast because they're over there mentioning her. Y'all know Candace is a clapbacker, honey, and then she gonna get to crying. So let's get into what she had to say. Where she is reading down Giselle and Robin, honey. I said, oh my. So shout out to the girls are fighting because maybe they are fighting. So Real Housewives of Potomac's Candace Dillard Bassett claps back at Robin and Giselle in their altercation. Said the rumors are that the Two Broke Girls, she called them Two Broke Girls podcast, had my name in their mouth. Now y'all know that their podcast is not called the Two Broke Girls, right? But let's get into it.
The light skin mafia, the light eye mafia, whatever we called them back then. The people,
the green-eyed bandits or something.
Yes,
is that what they call
them.
I watched the show too much.
It's all right. It's all right. No, it is. I those names, those are great monikers. I affectionately refer to them as far as the podcast, the Two Broke Girls podcast. So it was brought to my attention on this evening that the Two Broke Girls podcast had my little name in their mouths.
I thought they didn't call your name anymore.
They did not. So in a previous episode, they mentioned me in reference to Traders. And it's just
Girl, you killing it on Traders. Nobody can deny that. You have made me watch every Thursday. I'm oh my God, it's so good.
Thank you.
Y'all know Candace is still on Traders. Portia got voted off like the first week or so.
Rob, that's all I'm going to say. Anybody who wears a snake on their body, that tells you right there.
Alert.
If they show you who they are, believe them. He shows you.
Yes. And speaking, yes. And the girls of Brokery have showed me who they are time and time again.
I like the girls of Brokery, and I like you too. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And they, in a previous episode of their podcast, they had mentioned me in reference to Traders and just could not bring themselves to mention my fabulous, beautiful name that my mother gave me. And for whatever reason,
you were mentioned because you are fabulous on the show.
Well, thank you. Yes. So they brought me. What was the reference? They brought me up in reference to. Oh no, it wasn't even Traders. They brought me up in reference to Ultimate Girls Trip. There were rumors swirling that I had gotten into a verbal melee with the girls of Brokery and allegedly Ashley.
Giselle and Robin. Let's call them. I'm not going to say
the girls of Brokery. That is who they are. And
you're Candace, and they're Giselle and Robin. Go ahead.
I'm Candace. They are Brokery Nation.
Giselle and Robin. Go ahead.
They are Brokiana 1 and Brokiana 2.
Okay.
And
well, now you can't really say Giselle is broke because she is still getting Bravo checks as well. She's also on Real Housewives of Girls Trip, so she's getting that check there as well as Real Housewives of Potomac. So unlike you, Candace, you're not on any show, right? You're on everybody's podcast talking about them. They're actually on TV. Well, not Robin, but you probably call Robin broke because she ain't really got shit going on, right? Juan ain't got no job, so she might fit that description, but probably not Giselle. She's still getting a little bag still from Jamal for the time being. If she don't shut her mouth, then she gonna be. I told y'all that the other day. Jamal told her to shut her mouth, or he gonna cut that money. But so yeah, I don't think you can call Giselle a broke because she is getting a little coin. All right.
Lord forgive me. And so yeah, those were the rumors. Those are the rumors, and they wanted to clear up allegedly that there was no argument between myself and them, which
I hope not.
you know,
Robin did actually say Candace's name, which is
Thank
progress. Robin denied the rumor.
yes.
And Giselle, I think she just said I didn't see her, which I doubt Candace saw her either, even though we all saw them in a picture together. They did not see each other. But
you know, when the picture was
Robin
taken,
actually made progress with the light skin mafia.
Child, what do y'all think about that? Candace is so damn messy. Okay. It's so damn messy. And then as soon as one of them clap back and say something about her ass, she gonna sit up there and be fake crying and going off and crying. That's what she always does. She plays victim, but she sit up here and talk all this shit about them. It's okay to not like a person, but it's just like it's given that you don't want to be back on the show anymore. According to you, you're not coming back to Real Housewives of Potomac. You have no desire to, but it's like you keep popping up on podcasts and then you're talking about the girls on the show. It's given that you kind of bothered, or maybe you do miss the show, and maybe you spoke too soon in terms of saying you're not coming back or don't want to come back, but you low key kind of do want to come back because you missed the drama, right? She misses the drama. I think she does. But y'all sound off on that. Candace is annoying. All right, so let me go back to the main screen because I went ahead and pulled it up with the Sha'Carri thing because I did want to get that out. I ain't going to fool with it on TMZ on my laptop because I'm going to restart it and do a refresh here after I get off live. So let's get into it. According to TMZ, it says that Sha'Carri Richardson and her boyfriend Coleman enter a not guilty plea in their Florida arrest. And I'm reading this straight from TMZ. You guys can go and pull it up as well. Track star Sha'Carri Richardson and Christian Coleman have both entered not guilty pleas following last Thursday's arrest, according to TMZ. Alicia Adams, who is representing both sprinters, entered the plea through documents filed in court on Monday. Richardson was arrested on one charge of dangerous excessive speeding and cited for several driving violations. Said that Coleman was arrested for drug paraphernalia and resisting without violence. It says that during the traffic stop, both of which are misdemeanors. Now, the whole incident started after cops say that Richardson was recorded reaching speeds of 104 miles per hour in a gray Aston Martin in Winter Garden, Florida, around noon last week. We saw the video. I showed it to you guys. Now, a cop who was driving an unmarked vehicle activated his lights and pulled her over. In the body cam video that was obtained, it said that 25-year-old, which is Sha'Carri, claimed that her back tire was underinflated as the reason for her speed. I've never heard of that. Said that she also stated that her phone accidentally hit a button to change the car setting, but the officer was not buying it. That's possible with these new features and stuff in the car. You can set your phone to kind of control certain features in your car, so that could be true, but I don't know about that back tire underinflated, which caused you to go fast. I don't know about that. Said that she then tried to talk herself out of the arrest, saying that she was a law-abiding citizen, but was unsuccessful. Of course, we saw that the officer was like, "Yeah, no, you're going to jail." So as for Coleman, said that his alleged interaction with the cops was laid out in the arrest affidavit. The officer says that Coleman pulled up to the scene after Richardson was pulled over and approached her as the cop was filling out paperwork. That's something that you don't do. If someone gets pulled over in a traffic stop, you should not pull up because then it looks like you're interfering with whatever they're doing. All right. Said that the cop says he instructed Coleman to return to his vehicle, which he did, but eventually stopped complying, making several attempts to justify Richardson's speed. Says when asked to provide identification, the cop says that the 29-year-old refused, leading him to be placed under arrest for resisting. You have to show identification if they ask you. Says that after searching his Jeep, cops say a glass smoking device was found in the center console, and the bowl area appeared to be used but cleaned. It said that with a small amount of green leafy plant material in it, which we all know is marijuana, right? Hopefully. Said that both posted bond after that evening. Said that they reached out to their attorneys, but no comment. Of course, they're not going to comment because this is an open case. As previously argued, it said that, or reported rather, said that it wasn't the first run-in with the police. Of course, you know, for Coleman and Richardson, the two had a physical altercation in the airport, which we covered that as well on last year. So hopefully they don't, go too hard on them in court with this situation, because I think they have to go back to court. These are misdemeanors. I don't think that her boyfriend should have pulled up there. Maybe he was too high. Okay, because it appeared that he was smoking something in his car, but he got there and got an argument with a police officer and then had some shit in his car and wound up getting arrested for going to try to check on Shakari. So prayers up for them, child. Hopefully they're athletes. I hope that they figure it out, and I hope that they don't, come down too hard on them. Let's get into this next topic. Cory Holcomb and Joe Budden are having a little beef here. Cory Holcomb has called out Joe Budden and said that he has the worst history of violence against women and claims that he had one incident only. You sure about that? So why you downplaying out here slapping a woman, the same one that you also asked to sleep with you in a hotel and she told you no and you became violent towards her, Cory Holcomb? I'm still mad about that shit. All right. And then you try to tell her not to press charges against you and try to get other people to co-sign a lie to get everybody on your side to make her look like she was out here just trying to ruin your career when really you the one put your hands on her, right? But anywho, so Cory Holcomb fires back at Joe Budden, arguing that Joe Budden has a longer and more troubling history involving violence against women. Cory also claimed that he's only had one incident in his past while repeatedly accusing Joe Budden of being a serial abuser. I just love when a person downplay a situation when you fully slapped or punched a woman in the face, right? Punched a woman in the face and called her the B word as well. You were very aggressive in tone and in action, Cory. So we're really not going to downplay that situation, but let's continue. Hold on. All right. There we go. Boom. So let's go ahead and play the video so you guys can see that. Shout out to It's On Site.
I got a name for him. Fruit Booty Buttons and his crew. Fruit Booty Buttons is a serial woman beater. Was talking about how he sat. They said, the girl said he sat on my stomach and made me have a miscarriage. You know what he said? I didn't sit. I sat on top of her titties or something. He said, I sat on where her breast was. That's where I was sitting. I know you ain't talking crazy about me, homie. I mean, most of the time, all you guys who say what you say, I don't care what you say online. I expect you to talk. Obviously, you do care because you respond, and people who don't care don't respond, right? Obviously, it's bothering you real deep because you're sitting here having a whole conversation about Joe Budden. He probably somewhere not giving no damns about you. About me. Wow. Yeah, Fruit Booty Buttons. They know who I'm talking about. Fruit Booty Buttons. That motherfucker say, I think he said I was a bitch ass nigga or something. Yeah, I'll be a bitch ass nigga. Online, I'm a bitch ass nigga. Man to man, I ain't no bitch ass nigga. Online and in person, you are. Homie. But man to man, you a serial woman beater. Everybody do the homework on Fruit Booty Buttons and all of the women that have accused him of actually beating them up since you want some heat. Since you couldn't leave me alone. Everybody do the research on Fruit Booty Buttons and see how he is a serial woman beater. Fruit Booty Buttons? Yeah. You and your crew talk about that since y'all need subject matter, because y'all admit y'all watch me. I don't watch y'all. I just saw that. I saw that clip where y'all was talking crazy about me. No one watches you. We watched the clip where you hit the woman in the face. I don't watch your podcast. I can't tell you what you talk about on your podcast because I don't watch you. I don't have a desire to and will never watch you. I will never give you a view because you're an asshole. But at the end of the day, yeah, Joe Budden, he has been accused of putting hands on women as well. So that is something that we got to acknowledge that. But let's not try to downplay your bullshit by trying to bring up something that someone else did. Yes, he's an abuser just like you. You're on video. See, the difference between Joe Budden is, all right, it's alleged that he put hands on somebody. We actually saw you do it on the video, right? See, we can sit there and say, oh, yeah, we heard that Joe Budden did this. Hearing and seeing is two different things, right? I am going to believe more what I see more than what I hear, right? I'm just saying, we saw you punch this woman in the face. We heard he hit someone and was abusive towards said person. Well, let's continue. Me, I'm like, what? They talk crazy about me. A lot of men who mess with men and women fight women. It is my opinion. So is that why you hit her? Because you have something that you might want to talk about that you haven't disclosed yet? Oh, somebody is telling on themselves, right? You just said most men who hit on women mess with women and men. So is there something you need to tell us, Cory Holcomb? Let me find out you a strong bottom out this bitch. Let me find out. That a lot of men who sleep with men and women fight women. Talking about me, calling me out my name. I know y'all ain't talking about my name, boy. What Nas say? You stay on my dick. You love my style. Y'all come with ideas for y'all show by watching me.
I didn't know you said something.
Man, them motherfuckers be talking cash money.
All you gotta do is call Method Man. You know, he's scared of Method Man.
Who is?
Your boy.
Have you ever seen Method Man up close?
Method Man is a savage.
Method Man is a big motherfucker, dog.
Yeah, but he talked a little stuff about Method.
That man foreign too.
Years ago, Method ran up on him.
Method ran up on him, as he should. I can't run up on you. I ain't got time, homie. Look how many...
You ain't running up on no one. I mean, when old boy was on your podcast and he told you to come outside, you wouldn't even stand up, let alone go outside. So we know you ain't running up on nobody but a woman.
Women got claims against him jumping on them. You know, if one woman said, all right, if two women said, if more than two women that said, hey, you want some attention? Bring some more attention to that. You beat up women. Cory Holcomb had an incident with a meth head. You beat up women. You are involved.
So do you. You beat up a woman too. You punched her in the face. Let's keep reminding. We ain't gonna downplay that. All right. And then you try to threaten her if she went to file a police report or go to the police on you. All right. You punched her in the face and then you threatened her to be silent and not report you. Right.
And you beat up boy booty. I got a name for him. Fruit Booty Buttons.
So now we'll see what Joe Budden's have to say, because he is a responder. I know once he see this video, which I'm pretty sure he's seen by now, I'm pretty sure he will be responding. And when he does, we will play his response here, right? He is very disrespectful. I like nothing about Cory Holcomb. Cory Holcomb, this is all I got for you. All right, let's move on, child. Let's move, because he's going to piss me off the more I watch him. I can't do him at all. Let's get into this Glorilla video where her sister, who looks just like her, oh my God, those genes are strong, baby. Y'all, it's a lot of them too. Right here, they got a lot of siblings. But her sister has called her out. Glorilla's sister called her out. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that. All right. She's saying Glorilla ain't out here taking care of her mama. Okay, now it's 10 of them. It's 10 of them. All right. So her sister's name is Scarface Woods. Okay. Y'all know Glorilla's name is Gloria Hallelujah. That's her name, y'all. Swear to God. Gloria Hallelujah Woods. All right. So her sister says, she says, I'll really go live and expose y'all favorite rapper. Same mom, same dad, 10 siblings. Okay. Wow. So did y'all think that she's this uptight or upright ass person when she really not and ain't FWU, which is ain't fuck with you since she got on, and I'm constantly getting acknowledgement for being her sister, and she ain't F with you at all. So Gloria Woods, call my bluff. It's been 4 years. Why the media haven't seen your siblings? Oh wow. So she don't see any of her family. Maybe there's a reason for that. You know? Says, and don't say that you are protecting us because we still in Memphis. She said, it's because you talk about our struggles and you don't fuck with you, and we don't fuck with you. Said, now let's clock it. Ooh, child, so she's going out. All right, so let's get into what she had to say. So Glorilla's sister alleges that she doesn't support her family. Now, this is one of the problems when someone in the family get on or get put on and start making a lot of money. You have other people in the family who automatically feel like they're entitled to said money. If she got a record deal, that's her money. If she chooses not to help you, yeah, it's kind of fucked up a little bit, but that's her choice, right? It doesn't mean that she got to pay your light bill. She ain't got to go buy you no car. She don't even have to mention you in her records or in the interview. She doesn't have to do that. It's great if she does, you know. It's noble of her if she takes care of her parents, which she should. Her parents took care of her. But I did see where she bought her father a brand new car. And I did see where she retired her father. Now, I don't know what relationship she has with her mother, but her sister is calling her out in terms of saying, hey, you don't do shit for our mom. I just had to give her money for rent. And you ain't helping out. You got the money to do so, but you on here, you know, flossing and all this shit, talking about you got this, you number one there. But when it comes to our mom, I'm over here helping her pay rent. And my mom's still working FedEx, okay? But you know, she retired her father. So I don't know, like I said, what the relationship is with her parents and how that works out. But let's get into it. So her sister, Glorilla's sister, Victoria Woods, had a few things to get off of her chest about the rapper and her contributions to their family since her career and success. It says that Victoria, which is right here, okay, claims that Glorilla does not support their family and notes that their mother is still working at FedEx. What's wrong with that? Well, I don't know. Said that she also referenced a video that shows Glorilla buying their father a Jaguar car, which I told you guys, but alleges that it doesn't have gas and that their parents still need financial support. I mean, damn, she bought you the fucking car. You can't put gas in the car? Are you telling me that? So she got to give you the car and put gas in too? That's some petty shit, right? Said that which Victoria believes Glorilla does not publicly acknowledge. What do you guys thought? Let's get into what she had to say. It's giving bitter a little bit.
Y'all man, I'm talking about y'all favorite rapper. Y'all favorite rapper ain't shit, and I'm getting tired of it. Y'all mad. Look, y'all talking about she ain't obligated. She ain't obligated when she want to sit here and all them interviews and talk about the struggles we've been through and then reach back and help none of us out. But got her friends wearing it. And my mama still working at FedEx. Y'all better get the fuck out of my face. Y'all man, I'm talking about y'all favorite rapper. Y'all favorite rapper ain't shit, and I'm getting tired of it. Y'all mad. Look, y'all talking about she ain't obligated. She ain't obligated when she want to sit here and all them interviews and talk about the struggles we've been through and then reach back and help none of us out. But got her friends wearing it.
Okay. Again, in the Black community and all the communities, but mostly the Black community, if somebody actually make it in the family, they blow up, become millionaires. Again, all of us, this sibling here, Victoria, her sister, obviously feels like she should have, come up and she said, hey, you buying all this shit for your friends. You don't do nothing for us. But again, she's not obligated to. If she does, whatever she does for you, that's great. That's a wonderful thing that she's helping out if she chooses to do so. But you're a grown-ass, able-bodied individual who can go out and get a job. She got put on, not you. She got a record deal. She didn't get a deal for the family. She got a deal. And she's acknowledging her struggles. And she said many times that she grew up with several siblings in the house. I actually heard her interview, her story, where Glorilla talked about she never slept in a bed until she went to stay with her father. So it sounds like her mother and father may not be together or probably weren't together. But she said the first time she ever slept in a real bed was when she stayed with her father. The whole time growing up, she and her siblings, and it's 10 of them, they slept on air mattresses. And she said they always had like a bunch of roaches in their home, and they were embarrassed to ever invite friends over and have sleepovers at their home because they were embarrassed that roaches and stuff were crawling all over the place. And a lot of times they didn't have a lot of food. But she said they grew up in a home with a lot of love with her siblings. So something happened to where she wound up going to stay with her father, who at the time she says was staying in a hotel with like the double beds in there. So she wound up getting a bed. She said that she never even knew what it felt like to sleep in a regular bed because her whole life growing up, she slept on an air mattress. So one of the things that she bought when she got on and she got money was to buy herself a huge king size bed because that's something that she never ever had growing up. So I was like, okay, I get it. But in terms of her sister coming on and doing that, if she wasn't helping you then, she damn sure ain't gonna do shit for you now if you're on here. And I don't know why people feel like they have to embarrass people or jump on videos and try to shade a person into or calling a person out and embarrassing them into doing what you want them to do. Like if she cut you off and she ain't fucking with you then, it's kind of like she really ain't gonna do it now, right? If it were me, I wouldn't fuck with you. I'm just saying. I wouldn't, sibling or not. I wouldn't give you shit, okay? And if she cut you off, it's probably for a reason. You have some of those family members that would quit their job and want to sit on you and think that, oh, you're a millionaire. You got this. Hey, my car payment is due. Can you pay my car payment? How are you paying your car payment before I got a deal? Right? Oh, that is manipulation. Let's carry on, honey, because I said, baby,
Hey, Jim.
Hey. So this is the video where she said that she retired her father. It looks like her father may have taken care of her more than maybe her mother. I don't know. She has more of a allegiance to her dad, but she bought her father a Jaguar. So
hey everybody. Hey. So we celebrate my dad for his retirement. So how long is 30 years? 29 years at the post office. Hey.
30 years. Oh my God, I love how she
I'm pretty sure the post office appreciate all your hard work. You know I appreciate your hard work. You spoiled me as a little girl. So I got a gift for you for your retirement party. You gotta come outside. Yeah, I got a gift for you.
All right, so I'm gonna cut this because it's playing music in the background and I don't want to have to edit it. So this is where she takes her dad outside to give him this car. Nice Jaguar.
I need a little bit. All right. Give me a little
hate them people.
Hey. So now her sister is still talking. She says, is them friends, oh my God, is them friends obligated? The F out of here. Said that Jag that she gave him don't even have no gas in it. Let's talk about that. Well, girl, you can go down there and put $20 in there. I mean, shit, she did the hard part. She bought you a Jaguar. The least you can do is put some damn gas in it, right? Child, she says, and our parents are not straight. She says, our dad just borrowed $100 from our mom. Y'all think y'all know ish, but don't. She says that I had to give my mom $1,800 on a $2,400 rent because y'all favorite rapper blocked her. She says, I'm tired of being quiet. Again, there's a reason. I mean, who knows? Families have problems. And maybe Glorilla is blocking certain family members so she can have peace. Who knows? We don't know what go on in people's families. But and I'm not saying that, you know, she's right for blocking her parents, but for whatever reason that she chose to do so is none of our business. Not sure why the sister's putting that out there. And if you had to give your mother, you should do that because your mother took care of you. She called you and said, hey, can you give me such and such? Then if you have it to give, then you help your mother out. All right, period. We don't know what Glorilla got going on. Let's continue. So she wasn't done. Her sister goes on to say, yep, I'm finna go live because this backup dancer just pissed me off. And I'm gonna put it out. I'm gonna put it all on the table from when we fell out about Gloss and some more. She said, don't ever send no backup dancer for family. This gives bitter, right? This gives bitter that you made it and I wanted to get on and you ain't helping me get on. So now I'm about to blast you, right? Oh, Lord, keep your friends close and keep your enemies closer, right? So her sister goes on to say, nah, she got the backup as dancer coming for me, speaking on family business. She gonna boot you out the camp soon like she do everybody else. So her sister seems to be a little bitter. Let's go back to the first slide where she was talking her ish about.
And my mom still
look just alike though. Oh my God, it's crazy, right?
Still working at FedEx. Y'all better get the fuck out of my face. Y'all made I'm talking about y'all favorite rapper. Y'all favorite rapper ain't shit, and I'm getting tired of it. Y'all made. Look, y'all talking about some she ain't obligated. She ain't obligated when she want to sit here and all them interviews and talk about the struggles we've been through and then reach back and help none of us out. But got her friends around it. And my mama still working at FedEx. Y'all better get the fuck out of my face.
So again, it seems to me that there is some type of tension in their family to where, as you guys just saw where Glorilla did retire her father, where he worked on a job for 30-something years. Sounds like she might be closer to her dad than her mom, okay? Because she did say in an interview that she did stop living with her mom to go stay with her dad, and then she wound up staying with her dad until she got on. But it sounds like her sister has a little bitter, whatever. Maybe Glorilla, or it was understood that she was going to go with Glorilla whenever she got on, and maybe Glorilla decided otherwise. Who knows? I don't know why she's doing what she's doing, but it's not a good look. That's your sister at the end of the day. Pick up the phone and call her and iron that shit out. To do it on social media is very nasty, it's very distasteful. And you're really gonna make her not want to fool with you after that. And if you are struggling, she's gonna let your ass keep struggling. Now, you're really ruining your relationship with your sister because to go live and blast her like that, that's really gonna make the situation worse. But prayers up, child. It's 10 of y'all. Mama shouldn't have to be out here asking one child for no rent. I hope all y'all work. All y'all, for 10 of y'all, all 10 of you guys could come together and put some money together and help mama out if need be, right? So again, I don't know what Glorilla is doing for her family with her mom. I don't know the relationship, but this is effed up. All right, I don't like it. It's a rat and it stinks. Let's move along, honey. Khia. Now, Khia, you might get a little lawsuit from Cardi B. Now, Khia, she done started. She did a little video where she read down Cardi B. Now, y'all know Cardi don't play that. Cardi do not play that. So Cardi's probably gonna be sending you some paperwork, Khia. Now, I like you and your drags. But now you done drug Cardi into this. Every time somebody mention Cardi, honey, she get to calling up her lawyer. So I hope you don't get no paperwork here soon, right? Oh, Lord, we're going to go ahead and listen because she went off. She went off. Yes, she did. Shout out to All About the Tea. So Khia drags Cardi B and Stefan Diggs down to the graveyard, child, according to him. Says social media gagged and left in shambles. Well, let's get into it and what she had to say. Y'all ready for this? Put your virgin ears away, child, because y'all know her mouth is crazy. Let's go.
Absolutely not. Let's talk about the order. We the People versus Cardi Flea, a.k.a. Bocce B, whose pussy doors is always open and collecting deposits. Child, Bocce B, your cum-filled, bocce, lumped up ass is being charged with getting pregnant by a rebound nigga with regurgitated dick who don't want you, you no good. Having a BBL smell that won't go away, that's running niggas off. Fucking another nigga that don't mean you no good. Not getting your tubes tied, clipped, and burnt, because you better not be pregnant again. Not thinking clearly, being dickmatized, dropping weak-ass craft singles when you should have been dropping weak-ass, fuck-ass niggas that's telling everybody your ass smell like busted boil before he dropped you. Still being in debt, okay, to the record label because this craft single isn't working and it's flipping and flopping all down the chart. Not waiting until your pussy heal all the way up before collecting another cum deposit, aka another baby. You better not be pregnant, bitch. Having yet another baby, not to mention another tired ass album that you can't promote because you're with child. How you gonna get out there and tour if you pregnant, Cardi? Fleet. Coming outside.
Hello, I'm not sure if you've been watching social media, Khia. Let me help you with your drag a little bit, baby. She's already had the baby. The baby now is like a couple months old, but go off, honey.
Too soon, that ain't gonna do shit for you but get you blasted and roasted for months for being a stupid hoe. Not putting that whopper, trusting a nigga, being a sex addict, fucking niggas raw, fucking your husband, best friend that don't want you, they gagging at you together, high five. It's Offset send that nigga and set you up to make sure you get all of your money, baby. Getting pregnant by another nigga while you're still married and he already gone. Ain't no need to testify. Being the third baby mama yet again, because that boy got 2 newborn babies. They say 1 by 3 months, 1 by 1, 1 by 3. Spending all your PTO time just arguing, fucking, and dropping babies, arguing, fucking, and dropping babies, arguing, fucking, and dropping babies. That you're going to raise alone because the nigga is gone. Being a dugout, fucking new niggas and catching nut in your dugout. Fucking and getting pregnant, but by your nigga, because they said that he was fucking Offset first. I said not fucking and getting pregnant by your nigga. You know what, gas nigga. Walking around in a waist trainer, suffocating your baby, trying to hide it. Gag go the one we know you pregnant, girl. You better go get you an abortion. Any abortion clinic still, baby, any abortion clinic still open down there in New York, or she got to get to Utah. Yep, you better get that. Okay, walking around, looking stupid in the motherfucker, deleting everything off your social media. Being 31, but looking 59 in the face and 89 by the leg. Girl, you know, you Puerto Rican and white hoes know y'all age real fucking bad. Ain't no fucking way you just 30 years old looking raggedy as a mango seed. All of them legs and them thighs and that body, yaddy, girl. Thinking you're fine when you ain't, just big and botchy and lumpy and botched. Thinking Stefan was your nigga when he never was. Dropping a tired ass craft single that sound like wet dope won't sell no. And not letting a nigga go, botchy B. You know, a nigga let your
botchy B.
Absolutely not. Let's talk about the order. We the people versus Cardi, Flea, aka Bocce B.
Y'all. Well, I'll be back on tomorrow talking about them good old court documents from Cardi, because I just feel like she gonna come back and have something to say about this, the legal route, because y'all know this when she take on the legal route. Oh my God, did y'all enjoy that? That was a lot, right? That was a lot to take in. My God. So shout out to you, Khia. We'll see if you get sued by tomorrow, girl. I don't know. Let's move along though. Nevertheless. Oh, yeah, it was. Okay. Did I want to show that? Yeah, that's going. Did I want to show that interview? All right, I'll do the audio shit. We'll do that. Then we're going to get out of here. All right, so let me pull the audio for, I told y'all we were going to listen to the audio of the extended version of the interview with the girl that was with R. Kelly, okay? I don't know if you guys heard it or not, but I saved it, so we're going to take a look at it. Hold on. I'm gonna play it from my phone versus on here, so YouTube don't be tripping. All right, so we gotta be creative. Give me a second. I already watched it, so I'll watch it again with you guys. Hold on, let's get past this. All right, so let's back it up. Okay, so she sat down and did an interview. Oh no, I did have one more thing I needed to talk about. Girl, I'm all over the place. Y'all forgive me. I did have an update on Brene. And let's do those. Need that. All right, so let's get this Brene update. Brene Montague, honey, or Kenya. Let's get that out of the way. Then we're gonna do the interview, okay? All right, because I did see something that she just filed something else, because y'all know that the courts have now issued the execution of her property for Khia to go ahead and start taking property from Brene, because she has yet to pay anything on that lawsuit. So let's go ahead and get into this. What we have on here is a stay of execution, which is what Brene has filed. All right, so she's trying to get ahead of her stuff being taken away, because the documents have already been submitted to court, and the judge has already signed off on it. So this is what's going on. Content creator Brene Kenyon has filed a Rule 62 motion asking that the court to pause enforcement of the $1.75 million judgment that was awarded to Khia Montague. All right, you guys know this is for the alienation of affection case from North Carolina. All right, for those of you just watching. Now, they're saying that she is taking she's asking the court to hold off on seizing or selling her property while her appeal works its way through the system. So she's filed an appeal on this case because she was saying, hey, I represented myself. I really didn't know what I was doing. I want a second chance around, or a second time around, to come back and send this, back through the courts to have this case looked at again, because she didn't feel like she got a fair take at the first trial because she didn't have an attorney and she couldn't afford an attorney. It goes on to say that this motion argues that taking her assets before the appeal is fully reviewed could cause irreparable harm. It said that it is in the interest of justice to let the appellate process finish first. She's requesting a hearing as collection efforts approach. Okay. It said that that this does not erase the judgment, and this does not mean that she won the appeal. That this is a procedural move to buy time while fighting the actual verdict. So she's trying to buy some time so that they don't start taking her stuff while she allows the appeal to move closer, is what is given. All right. So they said, as of now, there has been no public ruling approving this request. So she just submitted it. It has not been approved. So now what they're saying here is the stay of execution is said to be subject to several statutes which apply in various situations. That is the statute there, the NCGS 1-289 applies to stays of execution for money judgments, which you guys know that's already been applied to this case, where the judge has already signed an order for her properties, like her car, her house, whatever they can get in order to satisfy the $1.75 million that she is owed, that she owes to Khia Montague, who filed the alienation of affection lawsuit against her. So a written undertaking on the part of the appellate by one or more sureties is required. The court is to conduct a hearing to determine the amount of the undertaking. Number 7 goes on to say that defendant hereby shows that it would do irreparable harm to defendant should her property be seized and sold without appellate review. And this is in the interest of justice to stay execution in this matter. Okay. All right. So let me show you guys what I'm reading. I thought I was sharing. My bad. Let me just show you guys where I'm reading it. This is actually where I was reading. I just took a clipping to show you guys what it meant for this particular statute and what she actually filed. So that is where I was reading. So you guys will see that. I always like to show you guys what I'm reading. Okay. But that is that on that. So let's get into this interview, because we're going to listen to the audio. So I'll have to play and stop because I have to do commentary in between. Okay. So yeah, she's trying to slow down the process of them taking her ish. That's what it's giving, because she knows shit is getting real. See, she talked real greasy, saying, hey, she'll never see the money, she'll never get it. Well, Khia's attorney went and filed that good old paperwork to have that money or her assets taken from her, since she did not want to cooperate with just making payments, which she just done that, right? You can never tell a judge she'll never see it and then do videos being cocky about it when you know you owe this woman this money. She won the judgment. So, hey, they're like, hey, you ain't gonna pay it. We just start taking your shit. And she just bought a new car. So you probably about to lose that too, girl. But let's get into this interview. All right. Let's get these pictures up so that you guys will know who we're talking about. We're gonna have to be creative. All right, when we do this interview. So this is the person who's interviewing her from CBS Morning News. And this is Miss Okay, so this is the girl who was 14 years old that was in the P video, Rashana Landfair. Okay, Rashana Landfair is her name. Okay, so I'll be kind of moving the pictures back and forth so you guys can see. So the interview that we're getting ready to look at is with Rashana Landfair from CBS News. I'm going to play and stop so you guys be patient with me. Okay, let's turn it up and let's get into it. It's only 26 minutes, so we'll get through it. Let's go.
I'm doing well. Feel present.
Can you guys hear?
When I think about the amount of time that has passed based on how long you knew R. Kelly, I think so many people have wanted to hear from you for so long. How does it feel to not be Jane Doe anymore?
It feels very rewarding. It feels very liberating. Which was a part of the reason why I wanted to write this book, because I really wanted to live in my true skin and my true self.
And your true self today is what?
My true self today is Rashona Landfair, not Jane Doe, not Sean. It's who I am as a person, who I am as a mother, a friend, a daughter, a colleague, etc.
You dedicate this book to your dad, your son, and you say your inner self.
Mm-hmm.
Who else would you say this book is for?
Never sue the person who hit
sorry,
you after a car
guys.
accident.
Let's get through the ad. All right.
$100,000 for an accident.
All right, we're back.
This book is for every person who has gone through some sort of trauma or some sort of uncomfortable moment in their life where they blame themselves, were ashamed or embarrassed to live in their true skin and just really took the faults of other people and, kind of hid behind that. So it was just really freeing for me, and I wanted to share my experience with people who have been in similar situations.
You obviously talk in this book about how it started. You don't start at the moment people start talking about you or knowing anything about who you are and who you're associated with. But you describe at length how it started. You mentioned your aunt, the artist Sparkle, who used to work with R. Kelly. I want to read some of it. I think it was page 18. You say in the book, the next time we're at the studio, this is what you say, Sparkle said. You say your aunt told you the next time we're at the studio, you should ask Robert to be your godfather. Aunt Sparkle explained that I should sit on his lap and rub his head while I asked him to be my godfather. This instruction seemed sort of weird since I hadn't sat on his lap before, but I didn't question it.
So my thing is, we already read this morning where Sparkle said that was not true. She never told her to sit on his lap or do any of that. And she wished her well and hope that she gets the help that she needs. All right. Also, I was reading today that some of the women who were in the R. Kelly documentary, surviving R. Kelly's documentary, they were saying that they felt that Rashona Landfair should have also gotten charges as well, because she was also assisting in the trafficking and some of the sexual abuse that those women also experienced while being in R. Kelly's camp. All right, so let's continue. But now she's writing this book and it's kind of she is a victim in a way, but she also kind of helped people be abused, if you will. All right, let's continue.
When you think back, is that where it all begins? Is that the start?
That is the start. That is the start of him entering into my life in a different way than just being an artist or hanging out at the studio. It became more personable at that moment.
Because you yourself were an artist. You were a part of a rap group. You had toured Europe. You've been to Europe.
Mm-hmm.
And it was your aunt, you said, that introduced the family to R. Kelly, because he's this successful artist from Chicago. At this time, he's really starting to blow up. He left the group that he was in.
Mm-hmm.
And it was interesting, exhilarating, fun to be around him. It's kind of how you describe it in the beginning. I mean, this is a big superstar, and
yes.
You have access to him like, hey, I want to hang out in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, in the beginning, he's treating you like a normal, excited kid that wants to learn more about the business.
Correct.
So when do things turn? And I know you go into great detail,
mm-hmm.
the early stages and why this is so complicated, your mindset
mm-hmm.
at that time.
Well, during the time that I met him, I'm also a teenage girl who's going through puberty. And so some of the things that I was thinking or feeling were just normal expressions to, my maturity level at the time. And so it starts very innocent. It starts, being mesmerized and, like you said, like admiring this person. And then, it kind of gets a little deeper or more complicated when that person is able to see what you can't see, the way you're developing, your conversation, your personality traits. So it kind of became more complicated. when he started analyzing me and, you know, the things that I was going through and who I was becoming as a person. And again, I was excited and mesmerized to, you know, be under his wing and to be a part of his habitat. So that's how things kind of unfolded.
So we know that things progress beyond looking out for you as almost like a goddaughter, and it turns into something more than that. I want to go.
So he kind of he kind of started the whole Stockholm syndrome thing with her, is to get me, let me show you all the things that I can do for you and how I can advance your career, because you guys heard her just talk about how she started out, she was in like a little rap group, so that was presented to him to like, hey, help me with my rap group. But of course, everything is a price when it comes to R. Kelly. Like, yeah, I'll help you, but what you gonna give me in return, right? So she became his sex slave as a child, and then she started developing feelings for him while doing these things. All right, let's continue.
And stay with your aunt Sparkle, who I've interviewed before. And she was the first person to really sort of say, you need to go check over there. Something's not right. I think there's something going on that should not be going on. In the book, you describe social services coming to your home to do a welfare check. And your parents are shocked. They think perhaps maybe she's just jealous because she's no longer associated with R. Kelly. And then obviously 2001, 2002, we're talking about the tape. But why don't you think anyone believed your aunt Sparkle when she first raised a red flag about a possible inappropriate relationship?
I don't think they believed her because there were no obvious signs of what was actually taking place. It was more coming from her end, maybe looking like a motive from, like you said, not being around him. And those kind of questions or concerns didn't happen until she was no longer a part of, you know, his camp or the things that were taking place, you know, her as an artist. That's when those questions started to raise.
I told you guys it kind of looked like Sparkle was a little jealous of her niece because her niece was around R. Kelly. He was helping her with her career. And she was seeing flirtatious interactions between R. Kelly and the niece when she would come to the studio. But then when R. Kelly cut her off, I think that was Sparkle's way of acting out. And with her calling Child Protective Services and all of that to do wellness checks and to send them over there, I feel like you saw all of these things prior to you being let go and kicked out of R. Kelly's camp and not being able to record with him and work with him. You didn't report anything then when you saw inappropriate behavior, but then when he let you go, that's when you decided, oh, let me amp up calling CPS to go do a wellness check and go interview her and all of this other stuff. So that's what it's giving. Let's keep
Chapter
going.
7, you call it stress fractures. And you say it was a couple of weeks before your 17th birthday. You say, Robert told me the copies of one of the sex tapes of 14-year-old me were beginning to be sold on the streets of Chicago and across the country. Your reaction to that when you think about hearing those words from R. Kelly, that this tape is out there and you were 14 years old?
I was empty. I was very hollow inside. I was very confused. Didn't know what to expect. And I was embarrassed.
I want to read part of that in terms of just sort of what you were feeling at that time, because at some point the remedy for this, according to, you know, you refer to him as Robert in the book, is that he wants to tell your parents. And you say, Robert told me how he would tell my parents the truth about us. My mom and I were in one room and my dad and Robert were in another. You go on to say some other things, but eventually you get to this part. After a while, Dad came storming out of the room, crying hysterically and cursing, saying to R. Kelly, you're sick. I can't rock with you. I can't help you. You need to get help. He yelled at Robert, who followed us into the elevator and was on his knees crying. Man, I'm sorry. I just love her. If you got seriously ill tomorrow,
So let's get past this ad, you guys. So this is when they revealed that this inappropriate relationship with this 14-year-old girl was going on with R. Kelly, and that they were sleeping together, and that this tape was out there. The father, who was a guitarist for R. Kelly in his band, who traveled with him, toured with him, all of that, he's telling R. Kelly, I can't get with this. I'm not working with you, da-da-da. But he continued working with R. Kelly. He continued to take money from R. Kelly, and he also went out of town after R. Kelly paid him the $80,000 to not show up to the trial to testify that this was their daughter on the video. So why is he coming off as being so distraught about this said information about her about his 14-year-old daughter sleeping with this grown-ass man doing inappropriate things, and an SEX tape is out of his daughter, but then you continue to work with this person and you continue to allow this behavior to happen and allow a grown-ass man to tell you that he has feelings for your 14-year-old daughter. R. Kelly was old as hell when this was going on. Let's continue.
So the turning point from innocent goddaughter running around just trying to learn the music industry to something more like you're trying to make sense of why he's calling you and saying, you know, what are you wearing, this type of thing, to now you're confronted with something that's out there and he's saying the solution is just tell them. I know it looks crazy, but I believe you're my angel, as you refer to in the book. And your dad initially is upset. He's crying. He's confused. He doesn't know what's going on. Why wasn't that the moment when you look back where you were not allowed to see R. Kelly anymore, be around him? Take us to why it was so complicated for you and your family and what you said to your parents.
It was very complicated. My dad wanted to make the right decision and he was not okay with anything that took place. I was more under Robert's brainwash. I was more under his spell, and he utilized me against my parents, making threats of suicide and doing different things out of desperation to convince them to not turn on him. And because I had been groomed for so long to carry out this mission and also not want that girl on the videotape to be myself, I thought in my little mind that maybe that was the best approach. We felt more protected and had more resources and help through him than taking matters into our own hands with this celebrity and the industry and not wanting to be the people to end R. Kelly and deal with hatred and many things. So, I mean,
so you guys were more concerned with ending his career and ending him versus doing the right thing and protecting this young girl who was obviously made to do things that she probably did not want to do. Okay. Weird, right? I need to get my charger, Lord. My phone about to go dead. What do you guys think about that? All right. Let me play some music right quick while I run downstairs and get my my charger, you guys. Okay. Let's finish this, okay? It's only like 26 minutes long. All right, let's get back to it.
I'm not here to sugarcoat any shortcomings of my parents or myself, but at the time, that's what made us feel the safest.
You felt as though R. Kelly was holding all of the cards, had all of the power.
He did.
How did you make peace with your parents later? Because that's also something, I mean, even at the beginning of this interview, speaking of dedicating the book to him, and my condolences, because I know he passed away in 2021, but how were you able at this age to make peace with everything that's happened and your parents' involvement?
When you become a parent, you have a different way of thinking.
She's crying.
But I also look at the other women and the other survivors and the other, people who, he dealt with, who lost total communication with their parents and their families and literally lived everything that he made them think or everything that they made him feel.
Yeah.
So in a sense of why it might be presented to look a certain way, my parents actually saved me. They're the reason why I'm sitting here today. Because if it had not been for them,
But how did they save you? Because they allowed you to stay in that environment. They didn't want to ruin his career, because ruining his career would have stopped their bag. Your father worked for him. He was getting paid some really good money to go on tour and play lead guitar for R. Kelly, right? So he was not getting ready to stop that bag. He was not getting ready to not work for R. Kelly, because turning R. Kelly in meant that you don't get paid no more. You got to go get a regular job, and they didn't want to do that. They didn't want to cut that money off, so they were like, hey, you going back over there, and whatever he asked you to do, you do, because we're not getting ready to change our lifestyle. They had them bought a nice new house and everything. They were driving nice luxury cars. They were living in a different tax bracket, so they were trying to go back to the life that they used to live prior to all of this happening. So they weighed their options and allowed their daughter to, I guess, be in this inappropriate relationship with a grown-ass man. It was inappropriate. Let's continue.
Lost complete communication with him, and I was literally living his dreams, his brain, his way of thinking. I don't know where I would be, mentally, physically, or emotionally.
When the trial started, and the questions from federal investigators are coming, when you look back again, so much of this is people being able to try and understand it through your lens. You're living it. You're the only one with this story. Why not tell the truth in 2002 or 2008 when there was finally a trial after 6 years?
That's one of my biggest regrets, not telling the truth. But again, when I have been trained and groomed since I was age 13, I started believing the lies that I was telling. It was very foggy and unclear on what I really felt versus what was right or what was wrong. And even in moments where I despised Robert, I still lied for him.
When I look back at that trial, even this idea that people who were not part of the jury were able to see some of that video, and the jokes that came from the video, because we're talking about seeing a person at the time, not knowing who it is.
Put a 1 in the chat if you saw this video back in the day of this R. Kelly alleged P tape video. Put a 1 in the chat if you saw. I saw the video, and it was definitely her in the video, and it was definitely R. Kelly. Okay, undeniable. That was him in the video. Put a 1 in the chat if you actually saw this video back in the day. Okay, this girl was really groomed. When I tell you groomed, she in this video, she looked like this is something that she had been doing for quite some time. This was not a first occasion type of thing. Okay, the things that she was doing in this video, you thought that she was a grown-ass woman who had been doing this for years, and she was fully 13 14 years old. All right, that's just how crazy warped he had her mind and had her doing things. Let's continue.
Sure. Being urinated on and talked about. Do you look at even the justice system as not protecting you to some extent? I mean, thinking about that video being played before a gallery of everyday citizens.
I definitely think things could have been handled differently. I'm happy I wasn't there to witness everyone watching that. To the world imagery, I was not made to be a victim. I was a mockery. And that was very difficult to digest. It was very disheartening to know that my body was just being displayed and tossed around. And, when I look back on it, I wish things could have been done differently, but those are all of the things that I had to internalize.
How were you able to sit through the trial in the parking lot? Because I think to know that you were so close.
If you have volume loss underneath
All
your
right, let's get past this ad. Sorry for all these ads, you guys. I have no control over that. All right, we're back.
To the trial that could have put R. Kelly away back then. Listen to his instruction. Don't watch television. Don't read the paper. I mean, this wasn't the same, social media wasn't a thing in 2008 the way that it is now. But
so according to her, she was outside in a Sprinter van, you guys. I'm thinking it's probably that same black Sprinter van that he had all of the girls in. But according to her, during his trial, she was outside with his handlers in the Sprinter van listening to the trial and what was going on. Okay. He wanted to keep her close so that maybe like the media or nobody could, I guess, come to try to question her or anything like that. So she was in a van, locked in a van with his handlers while he was on trial. This is some sick shit. Then he paid the 80 grand for her family to go out of the country so that they would not be able to go on the stand and testify either. That's how he got off. Let's continue.
Take us back to, and I know you're going to get a lot of these types of questions because most of this book is based on the past and how you've been able to come out of it. But take us back to what it was like being in a van and knowing that just a few hundred feet away, His life was on the line.
That was very scary. I didn't understand why he wanted me there, why he made those choices, but I just went with the program. It was very difficult because I would also be paranoid. Like, what if somebody raids the bus, or what if, the wrong person walks on here? But I don't know if he did it for comfort of not wanting, of being afraid of me just having the freedom to just walk out if I wanted to.
Right.
But he kept me very close in that way.
What was your reaction to that 2008 not guilty verdict? You talk about it in the book, but tell us how you were really feeling at that time.
I felt happy for him. I didn't want to see his career end. I didn't want to see him taken from his family. I thought things were going to change for him, for us. I thought things would just get a lot better.
You thought things were going to change for him, for us. It kind of gives like, we're in a relationship at this point, right? Mind you, she was still a child. She was still a child, right? All right. Rose is asking, Cameron, is this the same girl her parents was trying to get her to come home? No. Do you think about Azriel Clary? Okay, no. This is not her. This is the girl who was said to be the madam over the girls. All right. This is the girl who was in the 14-year-old who was in the video where R. Kelly was having his way with her, where she was doing sexual inappropriate things with R. Kelly in the video. Okay. So let's continue. This is Rashana Landfair. You talking about Azriel Clary, where the girl was where the parents were trying to get her to come home.
I thought this was our freedom to just be family and to, all of the different traumas and me having to hide and disguise myself and be lonely and away from my family. I thought that was closure to all of the negative things that he kind of made me feel like had to happen during this case that lasted for so many years.
And at this point too, you're in your 20s.
Right.
So you're thinking,
let's pause. Yeah. Yes, Dawn Price, she was definitely the madam of the girls. If you watch the R. Kelly documentary, Surviving R. Kelly, the girls talked about when they were first brought to the house that R. Kelly ordered Rashana Landfair to come into the room, and she was introduced as his madam. She was dressed in like this dominatrix outfit with like a whip, and she crawled. It's on the documentary. She crawled on her hands and knees over to R. Kelly and began doing like these explicit things in front of these girls. And she was showing them how he liked to be pleased. And she trained these girls, all the girls that came in to R. Kelly's home to stay in his home. She trained the girls on what to do, how to do, when to do menage a trois and all these things, because she was very well versed, because he had trained her since she was 13 years old. Right? If you guys saw the video, then you know what I'm talking about. She knew what she was doing. Let's continue though.
This stuff happened, but this is our chance to reset.
Right.
But what actually happened?
Things got worse. And then I started realizing that I had been used and utilized for a purpose, that I was a placeholder, that I was here to make sure Robert didn't go to jail. Not because he loved me, not because he was my protector, or because I was his angel. My purpose was done. He was finished.
And you talk about moving out and starting your own, going on vacation, really getting a taste of what it is to be independent. But even though you left R. Kelly, you left the home, you never quite left his orbit. Explain.
That was definitely me operating out of cognitive dissonance. It was more so like I knew things were wrong. I knew everything that I went through, but this is all I've known for the majority of my life. This is the behavior. So
it sounded like she was going through a little Stockholm syndrome, like we talked about this morning, with all the things that he was doing and making her feel like they were in a relationship. That's how all the girls felt. All the girls that he brought in there, they were all used for his sexual desires and freaky fantasies, okay? And they all slept with each other. But with this girl, she was a special type of somebody, because he made her, like I said, he made her the madam of all the girls. She was the special one to him. She was the closest to him. So let's continue.
It was my normal, and that I felt like was okay. Mm-hmm. So I was kind of afraid to operate outside of him. I didn't know what to do. I had to literally learn myself from a 12-year-old girl up into who I was to today.
Yeah, and that was hard.
It was very difficult.
January 3rd, 2019. Surviving R. Kelly airs. Mm-hmm. Did you see all six? It's a 6-part series. Did you see all of it?
I don't know if I saw all of it, but I saw enough.
And you thought then?
That was the spirit of conviction came over me during that moment.
because of that documentary, that docuseries.
Yes.
And when you say the spirit of conviction, what do you mean by that?
This is my favorite dentist.
Sorry for the ad, guys.
My retainer.
Oh,
If
why
you
so
wear a
many ads?
retainer every night like I do.
So she said the spirit of conviction came on her child when she saw that documentary, because they were talking about her on that
Somehow
documentary.
I felt responsible that he was able to hurt so many more people. And during the time, I thought maybe these were just sexual fetishes that
She was mentioned a lot in the documentary. For those of you that didn't get to see it, I told you guys this morning, it's over there on Netflix if you want to watch it, so that you can kind of catch up on what's going on. Hear the other women's stories about what they went through, which was very similar to her. She pretty much trained them, like I said, but they mentioned her. Several of the girls mentioned her in the documentary in terms of being introduced to her, and where she would come into the room when they were doing certain things. She also helped train Azriel Clary and Jocelyn. Y'all remember Jocelyn, where their parents were trying to get them to come home? She was very much so a part of that whole situation. Let's keep going.
with me. Maybe this was just abuse I was going through. But when I saw that his behavior had gotten so much worse, and he was allowed to hurt so many people because I lied, that did not sit well with me as an adult, as a woman.
Is that the moment you decided you were going to cooperate with federal investigators?
Yes. It was in that moment. I couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
It's a breaking point for me, for sure.
I really want people to understand your perspective about how difficult this was and the psychological factor, because you put it out there in the book because you want people to understand. It's almost like you're talking to the reader at times when you say, now listen, I know you might think this, or even the way you protected folks in the book. You don't really go in about things you clearly know.
A part of me feels like she is a victim, and then another part of me feels like she is trying to get a money grab in this situation, because like I said, yeah, while she was a child, she was groomed. She did go through a bit of Stockholm syndrome and abuse herself. She went through abuse too. But I feel like, I don't know. I'm happy she's telling her story, but on the back end, I feel like she played a part in abusing other women as well. But I mean, she was instructed to and made to do this, according to her, about R. Kelly. It's kind of a catch-22. Again, I want to feel sorry for her, but you were an abuser and you helped him traffic women too. So let's continue though.
It's almost like you are saying, I want to stick to my story and I don't want to make judgment on other people for their decisions.
That is right.
But you talk about this conflict of a back and forth, even with the text messages that the defense showed in court to say, wait a minute, they were texting like, hey, how's it going? Are you good? I'll call my mom. She recently lost her mom. And, they're trying to create this image that you're fine. For people that don't understand what that's like to be you and in that position, help folks understand this, you say the cognitive dissonance, but also this back and forth dance of trying to tell yourself, I'm good, I'm fine. Yeah. That's why we're cool. Almost like you almost have to have that power too, to say, you don't have power over me because see, look, we're good. You can text me and I'll text you back.
That is very true. And what I will say about that is not everything about Robert was terrible, even though it was that way most of the time. Not everything about him. This was a person that I did feel like I loved and I grew into loving. And he was family in some areas. Not everything about him was terrible. The moments were, though, very frequently. But
I still don't think it's set in with her that seriously, baby, that was not love. That was abuse. He was using you. Nothing there was love. He was definitely not family. Okay, definitely not family. I get it. She was living with him like he was family, but that definitely was not family. He was making you do things that you didn't want to do, and if you didn't do those things, according to the girls on the video, on the documentary, they got beat with shoes and belts and stuff like that. Okay, yeah, go look at it.
It was just a battle of me convincing myself, like, I made it out. I'm good now. I can be cool with him. I can see him with other women. I tried to maintain whatever friendship. I still loved his children. And, honestly, I cared about his well-being, even outside of just, like everything that was happening. So it was a battle internally for me to fully, let go of somebody that I had been groomed into fully being dependent upon.
In March of that same year, so shortly after the R. Kelly docuseries comes out on Lifetime, Gayle King sat down with him and the two women that he was in a relationship with at the time.
Azriel and Jocelyn. Y'all pay attention to what she says right here, because she talks about how during the time, y'all remember the interview that Gayle King did with Azriel Clary and Jocelyn, okay? In this particular interview, when these girls did the interview, she talks about how they were trained in terms of what to say, even with their body language, how they're supposed to look when certain questions are asked of them in this interview, how they're supposed to act like they're overly upset when Gail asked them certain questions, because she was trained to do the same thing. This whole thing was a mind thing for R. Kelly. Like, he literally got into the minds of these girls and controlled them mentally. Let's get into it.
Did you happen to see that?
I did.
When you saw him react in the way that he did about this, you're trying to take my life. And, I thought about playing that for you, but I don't even want you to have to see him because I think it's not necessary. But when you saw that version of him, as you talk about, it wasn't like this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But did you feel for him, or did you think he's going down and he's scared?
Well, first I thought it was very Broadway of him to act like that. That was very normal for him to have that type of response. And when I heard those girls speak, I knew exactly who was talking through them. Mm-hmm. I knew exactly what mission they had, the convincing, the firmness, everything that I had been trained and groomed to do. I read right in between that. And in that moment, I did not feel sorry for him at all. I felt like, you still don't get it. You're still convincing yourself of all the lies that you are, bleeding into everyone else. And I knew exactly what took place was getting ready to happen. And he was very scared. He knew it too.
As you sit here today, do you feel like you are completely healed?
And get rid of it.
I know damn well they ain't doing another damn.
This
I'm sorry,
showerhead
guys.
changed my life.
We're back.
No, I'm a work in progress. I have a long road ahead of me, but I can look back and I know exactly where I come from and I can see the stars now.
I wanted you to, if you would, read something that I think would be best if we heard it from you. And this is the grace note.
Mm-hmm.
I highlighted the section because, I'm not going to make you read all 3 or 4 pages.
Okay.
But I think it would be important to hear this in your own words.
Yes. Absolutely.
In the last part.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Dear beautiful soul, it's you. It's always been you. You were the girl with saucers for eyes, and the world was a buffet spread out in front of you. You were the girl who spit rhymes and played basketball with all you had. You loved your parents and especially your baby brother. You loved going to church. You were a friend. Roshona Landfair. Don't believe yourself not to be good enough. There is no yardstick for good enough. You were a girl, perfectly imperfect human being. You could not have lived your life in reverse. There was no way for you to know what you know now. So if you don't remember anything else, remember that children don't protect themselves from danger.
So that's a letter she's writing to herself, I guess, to let's continue, child.
Let go and let God. No one else holds power over your mind, body, or spirit. It's taken a while for you to arrive at the sure footing of this knowledge, but it's a good place to be. This is your moment. It's good to be you. God willing, you have more living and loving and growing to do. Go live in your truth and walk in your light. Embrace this next chapter in your journey with anticipation that God will plant new dreams in the fertile soul of your heart. Love you times infinity, Roshona.
That's a letter she wrote to herself. I guess something to encourage herself from all the things that she says she went through. I get it that she was a victim because, like I said, coming into this, she was a kid, but growing up into adulthood, her late teens into her early 20s and her mid 20s, because she was with R. Kelly for a very long time until he went to jail. She according to her, says that she kind of it didn't set well with her until she had a child of her own, and then she kind of realized like this kind of sucks. Let me get my shit together, because like I wouldn't want my child to go through this. But this girl saw women locked in rooms, and she saw women being abused and beat and stuff like that, and made to do sexual things that they didn't want to do. She saw women not being able to eat because they chose not to or broke a rule, because I know they said there was a lot of rules that R. Kelly gave them, and if they broke a rule, they weren't able to eat certain days. Like some of them went. I know one of the girls says, I think was it Azriel or Jocelyn? One of them said they went like days without eating when they broke a rule, and then R. Kelly would call them down to the table when he's eating to have a conversation, and they would have to sit and watch him eat. It's like punishment, crazy shit like that. If you guys watch the documentary, it's on there. But this girl here, Rashana Longfair, this girl on my screen, she definitely was the girl that trained them. I do remember all of them saying that they remember seeing her, how she came out in this seductive outfit and crawled on her hands and knees and was very like sexual and doing all of these things, and how she R. Kelly ordered her to give another woman fellatio at a first meeting on a bus, on the tour bus, and she went right over there and did it. She went right over there and did it too. It was like anything he told her to do, she was willing to do it because he was that much into her mind. But let's continue. We're getting to the end. It's about the end.
How proud are you of yourself?
I'm very proud of myself.
Mm-hmm.
I've come a long way. A lot of cold nights.
So you're gonna need a lot of therapy, I know that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And what she said there at the
So that's the end.
end is, but I am here today. And that is really at the core of her book. She's now a mother of a 5-year-old son. We did reach out to her aunt Sparkle, who said she is relieved that Rashona is in her healing journey. Sparkle also said this: any suggestion that I groomed, facilitated, or enabled harm to my niece is untrue and deeply painful. As for R. Kelly, who is currently serving sentences for 2 federal convictions, an attorney representing him told us they could not comment on specific allegations in the book without reading it. The attorney added that Kelly wishes Rashona success and peace at all levels.
All right, so that's it. That was like an extended version. It was only like 26 minutes and 20 seconds for that particular interview. If you guys want to watch it, it's it's online. You can go pull it up on YouTube. It's a CBS interview with Rashana Longfair. But what do you guys think about that? Again, you guys should really go and watch the documentary. That's all I can say. To kind of break it down a little bit more on what happened. Also, if you guys enjoy reading books, because I'm a reader, I love to read books. And I keep saying I may get her book. I don't really want to support her like that, but I may get her book and we may read it just to see what's in there, what it is that she kind of exposes that we may not know about that probably wasn't talked about in the documentary. Now, do I think I saw somebody put it in there and I shook my head on that whenever you said that she's going to be sued with her writing this book? I do feel like the girls who were alleged to be maybe trafficked by way of her or the things that she was doing with her or them rather, I do feel like they may come after her. They may come after her and probably sue her as well. So whatever she makes from this book, she's probably going to spend it right back out in attorney's fees and being sued by these women who also went through similar abuse that she went through as well at her hands as well at the direction of R. Kelly. But what do y'all think about this? What do y'all think about the interview and all the topics that we discussed in this video? Glorilla and her sister and family going at it. Cory Holcomb going after Joe Budden. It's a lot of stuff that y'all can talk about in this video. Khia going after Cardi B, reading her down. Child, I feel like she might get a lawsuit. I just feel it because I just know Cardi, child. Candace Dillard going after Giselle and Robin from their podcast. Of course, y'all know Clarissa Shields arguing with people in the comments. And Chaotic from Love and Hip Hop and Scrappy going back and forth as well. Let me know what y'all think about all of the topics, especially this interview with Rashana Longfair, okay, from CBS News. Y'all let me know, and I'll be in the comments responding as well, okay? Let's take this banner down, honey. Thank you also to my top flight mods, Tiffany Thomas. Thank you so much, Rose Armstead and True TV Podcast. Thank y'all for doing an awesome job of modding. Thank you to all of the content creators. I saw our Brits Block drop in. That's the homie. Thank you so much for stopping by. You guys check out Brits Block. She's so mad talented. I love her down, man. That's the homie. So thank you, Brits, for stopping by and supporting the video. All right. Who else we got? Stu Queen B, if you're here, thanks for being here. Black Women in the Building, Miss Didi, Simple My Family TV, Jonetta Speaks, JCD Creation, Shay P, Shay Renee, Queen Speaks TV, Deary Talk, if you're here, or in the bushes, thanks for being here as well. Schoolboy, Just a T, please. And Marcel, if you drop by as well, thanks. Everyone that dropped by, everybody in the chat, everybody in the bushes, thank y'all for the support. Please don't forget to like the video, hype up this video. Please check out Rails World, our backup channel, and keep your notifications on so you guys know when we go live. All right. Love you guys down. I'll see you guys later. Until the next video. Bye.
Back